Alrighty, here we are on the Gateway Pundit. 45,000 dock workers from Maine to Texas go on strike. Nation braces for inflation spike. Yup. And supply chain chaos. Experts warn U.S. faces $5 billion loss a day. Oh, alright, let's get into it. Americans are now staring down the barrel of another crisis, this time a strike. The International Longshoremen's Association, representing workers at 36 ports from Maine to Texas, has made clear that the strike is not only about wages but also about job protection in the face of creeping automation. The strike began early Tuesday morning on the contract between the ILA and the United States Maritime Alliance, expiring without resolution. The ocean carriers, represented by USMX, want to enjoy rich billion-dollar profits that they are making in 2024 while they offer longshore workers an unacceptable wage package that we reject. ILA longshore workers deserve to be compensated for the important work they do, keeping American commerce moving and growing. It's disgraceful that most of these foreign-owned shipping companies are engaged in a make-and-take operation. They want to make their billion-dollar profits at United States ports, well, yeah, and off the backs of American ILA longshore workers, and take those earnings out of this country and into the pockets of foreign conglomerates. Yeah, that's what companies do, especially when they're foreign companies. They want to take their profits back to their country. Meanwhile, ILA dedicated longshore workers continue to be crippled by inflation due to USMX's unfair wage packages. In addition, the shippers are gouging their customers that result in increased costs to American consumers. They are now charging $30,000 for a full container, a whopping increase from $6,000 per container just a few weeks ago. It's unheard of, and they are doubling their $30,000 fee, stuffing the same container from multiple shippers. They are killing the customers, the ILA concluded. Well, to be fair, if the ILA go on strike and people don't get their goods, wouldn't that be hurting people too? Just throwing that in there. The union's demands include a 77% pay raise over 6 years, a fair request considering the astronomical cost of living increases under the Biden regime, and no automated machinery. Okay, so how much do they make per hour? Let's Google that. Okay, so according to Google, the average hourly pay for a dock worker in the United States is $20.47 as of September 24th, 2024. However, the pay range for dock workers is wide, with the 25th percentile at $16.59 an hour and the 75th percentile at $24.28 an hour. So is that a lot? I don't know. Factors that can affect a dock worker's pay include location. Dock worker pay can vary by location. This is true. Experience. Dock workers with more experience may earn more money. Yeah, that sounds fair. Shift. Dock workers second or third shifts may earn more. Yeah, I could see that. Overtime. Dock workers may earn more for overtime work. Yeah, that's very reasonable. You work more, especially overtime, you should earn more. Some dock workers may also receive additional pay in the form of bonuses, commissions, tips, or profit sharing. That sounds cool. Okay, so 3 things I can think of about this strike. 1, given the fact that the U.S. was just racked by a storm, Helena, or Hurricane Helena, maybe going on strike is not a good idea for the dock workers because they're one of the main cogs in shipping supplies. So parts of America are in dire need of supplies right now. It's my way of saying maybe it's not a good look for you, you know? Second, they talk about inflation. The price of goods has gone up. You know what would make price of goods go up even more? If dock workers demanded more money, because then the companies would raise their prices. It's a vicious cycle. Now, this third and final reason I can think of might tick off a lot of people, but I'm going to say it. It says here that they don't want any automation. Well, we live in the age of automation. So if it can be automated, it will be automated. Why? Because it saves the companies money. And the fact that you're striking, demanding a 77% pay raise over the next 6 years, that's only going to incentivize the companies to go full auto. Well, anywho, that's just my thoughts on this strike. Anyway, take care out there in Clown World.